Asterisk, 2 years ago, if someone had asked me one simple question in English, my heart would race, my hands would shake, and my mind would go completely blank. I wasn't afraid because English was impossible. I was afraid because I believed I wasn't good enough. Every time I heard someone speaking fluent English, I felt invisible, as if everyone else had unlocked a door that was forever closed to me. I smiled to hide my fear, stayed silent to avoid embarrassment, and convinced myself that maybe confidence was only for other people. But then something happened in my college classroom that completely changed my life. In front of everyone, my teacher asked me to introduce myself in English. I stood up, opened my mouth, and nothing came out except a few broken words. I could feel every eye on me. In that moment, I wanted to disappear. I went home that day with tears in my eyes. But I also made a decision that would transform everything. I promised myself that I would never let fear control my voice again. I didn't have money for expensive courses. I wasn't naturally talented. I only had one thing, a decision to practice every single day, no matter how many mistakes I made. Looking back now, that embarrassing moment wasn't my biggest failure. It was the beginning of the greatest transformation of my life. And what happened next surprised even me. The simple habit I started the very next morning changed not only my English, but my confidence, my mindset, and my entire future. Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll show you the exact first step that turned a shy, silent girl into someone who could finally speak with confidence. Asterisk, the next morning, nothing around me had changed, but something inside me had. I looked at myself in the mirror and made a promise that would shape the rest of my life. I would practice English every single day, even if it was only for 5 minutes. It sounded too simple to matter, but I had no idea that this tiny habit would become the biggest turning point of my journey. I stopped chasing perfection and started chasing progress. Instead of trying to memorize hundreds of grammar rules, I listened to short English conversations, repeated simple sentences out loud, and spoke to myself every chance I got. At first, I felt ridiculous. I made mistakes in almost every sentence. Sometimes I forgot easy words. Sometimes I laughed at myself. Sometimes I wanted to quit because it felt like I wasn't improving at all. But I remembered one powerful truth. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner too, so I refused to stop. Every day I recorded my voice, listened to it, corrected 1 or 2 mistakes, and tried again. Slowly, my fear became smaller, my confidence became stronger, and English stopped feeling like a scary subject. It started becoming a part of my daily life. What surprised me the most wasn't that my English improved. It was that my mindset changed first. And once that happened, everything else began to follow. But the biggest challenge was still waiting for me. Because just when I thought I was making progress, I faced a struggle that almost made me give up forever. And that's exactly what I'll tell you in the next part. Asterisk, just when I thought I was finally improving, I hit the hardest stage of my journey. My progress became slow. My motivation disappeared. And every mistake felt bigger than ever before. Some days I spoke confidently, but the next day I couldn't even finish a simple sentence. I started asking myself, am I really getting better or am I wasting my time? Watching fluent English speakers made me feel even worse. They spoke effortlessly while I struggled to remember basic words. For a moment, I honestly believed I would never become fluent. But then I discovered one life-changing truth. Fluency isn't about speaking without mistakes. It's about refusing to stop because of them. From that day forward, I stopped chasing perfect grammar and started chasing real communication. When I forgot a word, I explained it in simple English instead of staying silent. When I made a grammar mistake, I corrected it and kept talking. Every mistake became a lesson instead of an excuse to quit. I practiced 1-minute talks, recorded my voice every day, copied native speakers sentence by sentence, and forced myself to speak even when I felt embarrassed. Slowly, something incredible happened. The fear that once controlled me started disappearing. I wasn't perfect, but I was no longer the shy girl who stayed silent. My confidence grew 1 sentence at a time, 1 mistake at a time, and 1 brave decision at a time. Then came the biggest test of all, a real opportunity to speak English in front of other people. What happened next completely changed the way I saw myself forever. And that's the story I'll share in the final part. Asterisk, months later, I walked into another classroom, and once again I was asked to speak in English. But this time, something was different. My heart was still beating fast, but fear was no longer in control. I stood up, looked around the room, took a deep breath, and spoke with confidence. My English wasn't perfect, but for the first time, my voice was stronger than my fear. When I finished, my teacher smiled and said, "Your confidence has improved so much." Those simple words meant more to me than any exam score ever could. At that moment, I realized I hadn't just learned English, I had rebuilt my belief in myself. English opened doors I never imagined. I could understand books, online courses, interviews, and conversations with people from different countries. More importantly, it taught me that growth doesn't happen overnight. It happens through small actions repeated every single day. Looking back at the girl who once cried because she couldn't introduce herself, I almost can't believe how far she's come. The biggest lesson I learned is this: confidence doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. If you're watching this and you're afraid to speak English, remember that every fluent speaker once struggled with the same fear. Don't wait to become perfect. Start with one sentence, then another. Speak even if your voice shakes. Make mistakes without shame. Learn one new phrase every day. Keep moving forward, because one day you'll look back and realize that the person you dreamed of becoming has quietly become your reality. Your English can change your future, but only if you stop waiting and start speaking today. If my story inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for more powerful English stories. And remember, the journey to fluency begins the moment you refuse to stay silent. Asterisk, maybe you're watching this right now because you're exactly where I once was. Maybe you're afraid to speak. Maybe you think your English isn't good enough. Maybe you've already tried before and given up. If that's you, I want you to listen carefully, because this is the most important part of my story. I wasn't different from you. I wasn't born confident. I wasn't naturally fluent. I simply refused to quit. Every person you admire started as a beginner. Every confident speaker once struggled with fear. The only difference is that they kept going when others stopped. So don't let one bad day convince you to give up on a dream that could change your entire future. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, speaking English confidently in an interview, traveling the world without fear, making friends from different countries, or creating opportunities you never thought were possible. That future isn't reserved for special people. It belongs to those who are willing to practice every single day. Your voice matters. Your dreams matter. And your journey starts with one brave sentence. So make yourself one promise today. I will never stay silent because of fear again. Come back to this video whenever you feel like giving up, because I believe that one day you'll return, not as someone searching for confidence, but as someone inspiring others with your own success story. Thank you for watching until the end. If you believe in yourself, type, "I will not give up" in the comments. Subscribe to English Story Studio and join thousands of learners who are changing their lives one English sentence at a time. Remember, your future begins the moment you decide to speak. See you in the next story. Rocket Red Heart asterisk one day. Without even realizing it, you'll wake up and something incredible will happen. You'll answer an English question without translating it in your head. You'll understand a movie scene that once sounded impossible. You'll smile because the language that once terrified you now feels natural. And in that moment, you'll realize that success didn't come from one big breakthrough. It came from hundreds of tiny moments when you chose not to give up. That's the secret nobody tells beginners. Great speakers aren't fearless. They simply practice longer than everyone else. So if you're struggling today, don't see it as proof that you're failing. See it as proof that you're growing. Every mistake is building your confidence. Every practice session is shaping your future. Every sentence you speak is breaking another wall between you and the life you've always wanted. Remember, your dream isn't too big and you aren't too late. The only person who can stop your progress is the person who decides to quit. So keep speaking, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself, even on the days when progress feels invisible. Because 1 year from now, you'll thank yourself for refusing to give up today. This isn't the end of your English journey. It's only the beginning of a brand new life. I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Until our next story, stay confident, stay consistent, and never forget, your voice has the power to change your future. Rocket Red Heart. Asterisk, as this story comes to an end, I want you to realize something powerful. This was never just my story. It has always been about you. Somewhere in the world, someone is watching this video feeling exactly the way I once felt, afraid, unsure, and convinced that becoming fluent is impossible. If that's you, then listen carefully. The person you'll become 1 year from now is being created by the choices you make today. Every minute you spend practicing, every page you read, every English sentence you speak is an investment in a future version of yourself who will thank you for never giving up. Imagine the day you walk into a job interview with confidence, travel without fear, or have a conversation in English that once seemed impossible. That day won't happen because of luck. It will happen because you chose consistency over excuses. So, don't wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline changes lives. From today forward, promise yourself that you will learn something new every single day, no matter how small. One new word, one new sentence, one more step. That's all it takes. And when you finally achieve your dream, remember this moment, the moment you decided that fear would no longer control your future. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to English Story Studio. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement and leave a comment saying, "My journey starts today." I can't wait to see you in the next story, because the next success story we celebrate could be yours. Until then, stay brave, stay consistent, and keep speaking, because your voice has the power to change your life. Red Heart Rocket Asterisk, before you close this video, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes for just a moment and imagine yourself 1 year from today. Imagine speaking English with confidence in an interview, traveling without fear, making friends from different countries, or achieving the dream that once felt impossible. Now ask yourself one simple question. Will that future happen if I stay silent today? The answer is no. Every great journey begins with one small decision, and that decision is yours to make right now. Don't wait until next Monday, next month, or next year. Start today. Speak one sentence today. Learn one new word today. Make one mistake today, because every mistake brings you one step closer to fluency. Remember, the strongest people aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to quit. If I could transform from someone who is terrified to speak into someone who believes in the power of her own voice, then you can do it too. Your background doesn't decide your future. Your daily actions do. One day, someone will ask you, "How did you become so confident in English?" And you'll smile because you'll remember that it all started with one simple decision, to never give up. So let this video be more than just another story. Let it be the turning point of your life. If you're ready to begin your journey, write, "I start today" in the comments. Subscribe to English Story Studio and join a community of learners who are proving that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results. Until we meet again, keep believing, keep practicing, and never stop speaking, because your future is waiting for your voice. Globe showing Europe Africa Red Heart Rocket Asterisk. As we reach the end of this journey, I want to leave you with one final thought that has the power to change your life forever. Years from now, you won't remember how difficult English felt today. You won't remember the embarrassing mistakes, the forgotten words, or the moments when you doubted yourself. What you'll remember is the day you made one simple decision, the day you refused to let fear write your future. Life rewards those who keep moving, even when progress is slow. Every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are now, uncertain, nervous, and full of questions. The difference wasn't talent or luck. The difference was that they kept showing up, even on the days they didn't feel motivated. So promise yourself that this isn't just another video you'll forget tomorrow. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter. Read one page in English. Learn one new word. Speak one new sentence. Repeat it every single day until confidence becomes your new habit. Because one small action, repeated consistently, can completely transform your future. And one day, when someone compliments your English, you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because you earned every step of the journey. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. If the story gave you hope, Don't let that hope stop here. Subscribe to English Story Studio, like this video, and share it with someone who needs a reason to believe in themselves today. Write in the comments, "My future starts now," and make that promise to yourself. Remember, your dreams are waiting, your future is listening, and your voice is the key that unlocks both. I'll see you in the next inspiring story. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and never stop believing that the best version of your life is still ahead of you. Globe showing Europe Africa sparkles red heart. Asterisk if you've watched this story until this moment. Then you're already different from the person who clicked on this video. You didn't just spend a few minutes listening. You invested in your future. And that's exactly how extraordinary lives are built. One small decision at a time. There will still be days when English feels difficult. There will be moments when you forget words, make mistakes, or wonder if you're making enough progress. When those moments come, don't see them as signs to quit. See them as proof that you're learning. Every challenge you overcome today is preparing you for opportunities you can't even imagine yet. One conversation could change your career. One interview could change your income. One confident sentence could change your entire life. That's why your daily practice matters so much. Success isn't created in one big moment. It is created in the quiet moments when nobody is watching and you choose to keep going anyway. So from this day forward, refuse to let fear control your future. Believe in yourself before the results appear. Stay patient when progress feels slow. Keep speaking, keep learning, and trust that every step is taking you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. If this story inspired you, subscribe to English Story Studio, hit the like button, and share this video with someone who needs a little hope today. And before you leave, write in the comments, "I believe in my future." That one sentence could be the promise that changes your life forever. Until our next inspiring story, never stop learning, never stop growing, and never stop believing that your greatest success is still waiting for you. Globe showing Europe Africa sparkles red heart asterisk one day. Someone will ask you a simple question. How did you become so confident in English? And you'll smile, because the answer won't be a secret. You'll remember the late nights when nobody believed in you, the mornings you practiced even when you were tired, the mistakes that made you feel embarrassed, and the moments you want to quit but chose to continue instead. You'll realize that success wasn't created by one perfect day. It was built through hundreds of ordinary days when you refused to give up. That's the real power of consistency. Every word you learn today becomes part of your future. Every sentence you speak becomes another brick in the foundation of your confidence. Every challenge you overcome prepares you for opportunities that don't even exist yet. So never underestimate the value of today's effort, because tomorrow's success is being built by the choices you make right now. Your story is still being written, and the best chapter hasn't even begun yet. Believe in your potential, trust the process, and keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. One day you'll inspire someone else simply by proving that impossible dreams can become reality. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this story gave you hope, subscribe to English Story Studio and become part of a community that believes learning English can truly change lives. Like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and write in the comments, "My success story starts now." I believe in you. Your future believes in you. And now it's your turn to believe in yourself. Until our next inspiring journey, keep speaking, keep growing, and remember, every great story begins with one brave decision. Make yours today. Glowing Star Open Book Red Heart Rocket Asterisk before this journey truly ends. I want to ask you one question that only you can answer. Who do you want to be 1 year from today? The person who keeps making excuses, or the person who finally takes action? Every single day, thousands of people dream about speaking English fluently, but only a few are willing to do the work. Those few are the ones who change their lives forever. They understand that success isn't about having more talent. It's about making better choices every day. The choice to practice when you're tired. The choice to keep going after making mistakes. The choice to believe in yourself even when nobody else does. Those simple decisions may seem small today, but they create extraordinary results over time. Imagine looking back a year from now and realizing that everything changed because you refused to quit on this one day. That future is closer than you think, but it begins with a single promise you make to yourself right now. Never let fear become louder than your dreams. Never let one failure define your future. And never forget that every fluent speaker was once a beginner who decided to keep going. So stand up, believe in your potential, and take the first step today. Your future self is waiting, your opportunities are waiting, and your success story is waiting to be written. If you're ready to become the person you've always wanted to be, subscribe to English Story Studio, like this video, and write in the comments, "Today I choose my future." Let that sentence become the promise that changes your life forever. I'll see you in our next inspiring story. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and remember, the greatest investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Globe showing Europe Africa Sparkle's Red Heart rocket. Asterisk right now. There are two versions of your future waiting for you. One belongs to the person who closes this video, forgets everything they learned, and stays exactly where they are. The other belongs to the person who takes action today, who decides that fear, doubt, and excuses will never be stronger than their dreams. Which future will you choose? Remember, the biggest opportunities in life don't always come with a warning. One unexpected interview, one important conversation, one chance to speak English with confidence could completely change your life. And when that moment arrives, you won't rise to the level of your hopes. You'll rise to the level of your preparation. That's why every minute you spend practicing today is building the confidence you'll need tomorrow. Don't be afraid of slow progress. Be afraid of standing still. Every successful person was once a beginner who kept showing up when nobody was watching. Your future isn't written by luck. It's written by the habits you repeat every single day. So let today become the day everything changes. Walk away from this video with a promise that no matter how difficult the journey becomes, you'll keep moving forward, one word at a time, one sentence at a time, one day at a time. And before you know it, you'll become the person you once dreamed of being. If the story lit a fire inside you, don't let that fire fade. Subscribe to English Story Studio, like this video, and share it with someone who needs a reason to believe in themselves today. Then write in the comments, "I never quit." Let those 3 words become the beginning of your greatest success story. Thank you for being here. And remember, your voice is powerful, your dreams are possible, and your journey has only just begun. I'll see you in the next inspiring story. Rocket Globe showing Europe Africa Red Heart asterisk. This may be the final chapter of this story, but it's the very first chapter of yours. Long after this video ends, you'll have a choice to make. You can close this page and return to the same routine, or you can stand up today and decide that your future will be different. Years from now, people won't remember how many mistakes you made. They'll remember the confidence with which you spoke, the courage you showed, and the dreams you turned into reality. Every successful journey begins with one ordinary day when someone makes an extraordinary decision. Let today be that day for you. Don't wait until you feel ready, because confidence is never the starting point. It is a reward for taking action. Keep reading, keep listening, keep speaking, keep improving, even when nobody notices, because the greatest transformations happen quietly before the world finally sees them. One day, you'll look back at this moment with a smile and realize that everything changed because you refused to quit when it would have been easier to give up. Remember, your voice is more powerful than your fear. Your determination is stronger than your doubts, and your future is bigger than your current struggles. Believe in yourself even before the results appear, because every dream that becomes reality begins with someone who simply refuses to stop trying. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying until the very end. If this story inspired you, subscribe to English Story Studio. Turn on the notification bell and join thousands of learners who are building a brighter future through English every single day. Share this video with someone who needs hope and write in the comments, "This is my new beginning." 1 year from today, I hope you'll return to this video, not as someone searching for confidence, but as someone living the life you once only imagined. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep believing, keep speaking, and never forget, the greatest story you'll ever tell is the one you're about to live. See you in the next inspiring journey. Globe showing Europe Africa Sparkle's Red Heart rocket asterisk right now. Somewhere in the future, there's a version of you living the life you've always dreamed about. That person speaks English with confidence, walks into every opportunity without fear, and smiles because they remember exactly where the journey began. The only thing standing between you and that future is the decision you make today. Every dream remains impossible until someone decides to take the first step. Don't underestimate the power of small actions. A single page you read today can become the knowledge that changes your career tomorrow. One English sentence you practice tonight could become the sentence that helps you pass an interview, make a new friend, or unlock an opportunity that changes your life forever. Life doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards people who prepare. So while others keep making excuses, become the person who keeps improving. While others give up after one failure, become the person who stands up one more time. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary futures. One day, you'll realize that success wasn't luck. It was a result of every choice you made when nobody was watching. Never forget this. Your current situation is not your final destination. Your fear is temporary. Your potential is unlimited. And your future is still being written. So write a story you'll be proud to tell. Write a story of courage, discipline, consistency, and hope. Thank you for sharing this incredible journey with me. If this video inspired you, subscribe to English Story Studio. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. And share this video with someone whose life could change because of one message of hope. Before you leave, write in the comments, "Today I change my future." Make that sentence your promise. Not to me, but to yourself. I'll be waiting for you in the next inspiring story. Until then, keep learning, keep believing, keep speaking, and remember, the greatest chapter of your life hasn't been written yet. It begins today. Globe Showing Europe Africa book Sparkle's Red Heart Rocket.
I believe that one day you'll come back and watch this video again. Not because you're still struggling, but because you'll want to remember where your journey began. You'll remember the fear that once kept you silent, the doubts that whispered you weren't good enough, and the moments when giving up seemed easier than moving forward. But you'll also remember the day you made a different choice. The day you decided that your dreams were worth fighting for. That's the moment everything started to change. Success is never built in comfort. It is built in the moments when you keep practicing even though nobody is clapping for you, when you keep believing even though the results haven't appeared yet, and when you keep moving forward even while fear is trying to pull you back. Those quiet moments become the foundation of extraordinary lives. Never compare your beginning to someone else's success. Your journey is unique, your pace is your own, and every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you're becoming stronger than yesterday. So keep showing up.
Keep speaking.
Keep learning. One day, the English that feels difficult today will become as natural as your own voice, and you'll realize that the impossible was never impossible. It simply required patience, courage, and consistency. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your dreams. If this story inspired you, subscribe to English Story Studio, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and write in the comments. I will keep going. Let those words become your promise for the future. Until we meet again, never stop believing in yourself, because the life you're dreaming about is already waiting for the person you're becoming. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking with confidence. Your greatest adventure has only just begun. Glow Showing Europe Africa Open Book Sparkle's Red Heart Rocket * every single day you choose to learn. You're becoming someone stronger than the person you were yesterday. You may not notice it right away, because real growth is quiet. It happens when you wake up early to practice, when you repeat the same sentence until it sounds natural, and when you refuse to quit after making another mistake. Those small moments may seem ordinary, but together they create extraordinary results. One day you'll speak English without fear, and you'll wonder why you ever doubted yourself. You'll realize that confidence wasn't something you found. It was something you built through patience, discipline, and courage. Never let temporary struggles convince you to abandon a permanent dream. Keep moving forward, because every step you take today is bringing you closer to the future you've always imagined. The person you're becoming is already proud of the decision you're making today. So believe in yourself, even on the days when progress feels invisible. Your breakthrough could be much closer than you think. Have you ever thought that your journey isn't only about you? One day, someone will look at your confidence and ask, "How did you learn to speak English so well?" They won't see the sleepless nights, the hundreds of mistakes, or the moments you almost gave up. They'll only see the success you've earned. And in that moment, your story will become hope for someone else who believes their dream is impossible. That's the beautiful thing about courage. It spreads. The moment you refuse to quit, you give someone else the strength to keep going too. So don't stop now. Your future success may become the reason another person decides to change their life. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs people who are brave enough to keep trying. Let your journey become proof that consistency can achieve what fear never could. Asterisk, if you've stayed with me until this final moment, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This wasn't just another English lesson. It was a reminder that every dream is possible for the person who refuses to give up. From this moment forward, promise yourself that you'll never allow fear to speak louder than your dreams. Practice every day. Learn something new every day. Believe in yourself every day. Because 1 year from now, your life could look completely different simply because you made one powerful decision today. Never forget this. Your future is created by what you do consistently, not occasionally. So walk away from this video with confidence, hope, and determination. I truly believe that the next success story featured on this channel could be yours. If this story inspired you, subscribe to English Story Studio, like this video, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Then write in the comments, "I will never give up," and let those words become your promise to yourself. Until our next inspiring story, keep learning, keep believing, keep speaking, and remember, your greatest chapter hasn't been written yet. It starts today. See you in the next video. Glow showing Europe Africa Red Heart Rocket. If you're still watching, I already know one thing about you. You're not a quitter. Subscribe to English Story Studio, and let's become fluent together. Your next chapter starts now.